Tens, tens, tens across the board. Hey guys, it's Lisa from MsMojo, and today we're counting down the top 10 best untucked moments from season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at the most dramatic, heartbreaking, and funniest moments that happened backstage on Drag Race's 10th season. Just to let you know, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't watched it, do take note. Number 10. OHara finally gets a call from home. The call from home is a regular Untucked feature and is usually a heartwarming pick-me-up for the contestants.
Hi, Pheromone. I just can't tell you how much I miss your little mom.
In one episode, Eureka received an emotional message from her mother, who was suffering from throat cancer, while Ms. Cracker got a similar one from hers, who was going blind due to a chronic illness. By the 12th episode, OHara, who had tragically lost both of her parents, was saddened at the realization that she wouldn't be able to have her family reach out to her. But to her surprise, the TV was wheeled out to play a message of support from one of her friends. OHara was uplifted remembering the family she'd made for herself, and we all had tears in our eyes at home.
I guess I didn't think anybody cared.
Number 9. OHara claims her team had the harder routine.
Welcome to RuPaul. The future is now, and it's freaking me out.
The Pharmaceutical Challenge in Season 10's second episode split the girls into two teams to perform individual musical numbers that paid tribute to pharmaceutical ads. The Vixen and OHara won the mini-challenge to become team leaders, while the iconic Alyssa Edwards helped choreograph the routines. After the Vixen's team clinched the win, OHara had a theory as to why, and it had nothing to do with talent.
I felt like we had the harder number.
Blair St tried to counter by saying the two numbers were too stylistically different to compare, but OHara just wouldn't be swayed, much to the other team's annoyance.
As far as pulling off the production, if I would have looked at the two different scripts and heard the music and said, okay, which one do you think is going to be a little bit easier to pull off, I would have picked y'all's.
Number 8. Aquaria's glitter blindness. Aquaria proved herself to be a lot more than just a pretty face and pretty clothes, but a lot of her funniest moments were unintentional ones.
If I could see number 16 and number 8.
Wait, well, just one at a time. You're a bossy bottom, aren't you?
The girls poked fun at her for being a little inarticulate at times, but in the unauthorized Rusical episode, Aquaria not only struggled to speak, but also to see. The runway theme was glitterific, which Aquaria took to new avant-garde heights by wearing glittering veils over her eyes.
I can't see shit!
Yes, mother of God.
Her decision to keep them on throughout Untucked meant that she spent the entire episode trying to angle her head in order to see.
I'm looking out here, because if I look out here,
she can't see anything.
I can't see shit!
The best moment came when the girls were talking about Monét, who was elsewhere. Not knowing this, Aquaria turns to talk to an empty seat. Comedy gold.
Aquaria, you don't know it, but you're talking to no one over there.
Baby girl. Baby girl. That's the cameraman.
Number 7. Blair St. Clair's Survivor Story. The 6th episode of Season 10 turned out to be one of the most heartrending, as Blair made a shocking revelation.
I've come from some really dark moments in my life, and I want to lighten them up and become more positive.
On the main stage, she began to get very emotional during the critiques. Blair then explained that her first sexual experience had been an assault in college, something she tried to bury under her sunny disposition.
My first sexual experience, I was raped at a college party. And from that, I've looked to find pretty things.
In Untucked, Blair elaborated further, saying that her attraction to shiny pretty things in her drag aesthetic is all tied to her desire to rid herself of that nasty experience. All of the girls were nothing but supportive, telling Blair how much they admired her bravery.
We love you.
I love you guys
so much.
So much.
I got to hug your neck, girl. You know how I am.
Number 6. Monay Exchange is shocked no one likes her sponge dress. The first challenge of Season 10 was an homage to the first challenge of the very first season of Drag Race.
We call it drag on a dime.
The queens were told to craft million-dollar looks from 99-cent store crap. Naturally, not all of them were winners, with Calorie Kardashian-Williams and Vanessa Vanjie Mateo landing in the bottom 2. But some of the other contestants thought that Monay Exchange deserved to have been sent there too.
I'm kind of gagged though.
I am too.
Girl, you safe.
It was...
Excuse me, I like my outfit. Y'all don't like my outfit? No.
In Untucked, when they question how her sponge dress was declared safe, Monay is shocked. She tries to explain her design concept, which only makes them laugh at it more.
Didn't get that.
Bye. Come on.
Sponges continue to pop up everywhere throughout the season, a legacy Monét honored when she returned for All Stars 4. Number 5. Monique Hart tells America you can't pray the gay away. A lot of Drag Race contestants come from rough backgrounds, often because of bigotry at home towards their sexuality or lifestyle. During Untucked's 6th episode, Monique Hart revealed that her racial and religious upbringing clashed with her identity as a member of the LGBTQ community.
Phasing out of seminary school, not understanding why, you try to pray the gay way and nothing works.
She tells the others she swapped seminary school for a hair salon when she ran into financial problems, where she found herself surrounded by other gay men.
My thoughts were, it was going to trigger something in me and I was going to come out.
She quickly learned it was impossible to repress who she was, even through the power of prayer.
Praying the gay away, you try to say, Jesus, take this thing that you allegedly don't like away. Nothing happens, America.
Earlier, she also mentioned that her relationship was rocky with her mother, coming from generations of full-time ministry, and was scared of how she would react when she saw Monique on the show.
You can't be black and gay, you just can't. You just can't. You know what I mean? And then when you have such a strong, I'm 5th generation full-time ministry. This is like heresy, you know what I mean?
Number 4, Christina Aguilera comes backstage. As Drag Race grows in popularity, it's attracting bigger and bigger celebrities to sit on the judging panel.
Well, if you could do me a favor and shoot me from the left and put a filter on that camera, would you?
Things reached a high in season 9 when the first episode not only centered around Lady Gaga's fabulous fashion history, but featured her judging, mentoring, and almost even competing against the queens.
Oh my God! So this is the Derek Barry of the season.
While she wasn't quite as involved as Mother Monster, Christina Aguilera's arrival in the season 10 premiere was another high point. She even came in drag as Pheromone. She also paid the girls a surprise backstage visit in Untucked, where she was refreshingly candid about growing up as a female teen star in a male-dominated industry, and spilled the tea on the true meaning behind her songs.
It was heartbreaking because I found out he played for your team, not mine.
Number 3, the Vixen calls her friends disloyal bitches. The Vixen entered the season 10 workroom declaring she was here to fight, and no one can say she didn't make good on that promise.
I'm just here to fight.
After 7 episodes of sparring with several of the other queens, things came to a head when RuPaul asked the remaining contestants the immortal question: who do you think should be the next to go home? Because of the combative reputation the Vixen had earned, her name came up the most.
She had the weakest character out of them all, and she is kind of just plateaued.
Later in Untucked, she unleashed her feelings about this, saying that she didn't get why she'd been singled out as an annoying presence, when Eureka, who was considered similarly irritating, wasn't.
I have seen everybody be annoyed with Eureka.
Vixen was especially offended queens she thought of as friends wanted her gone, lashing out with this crushing blow.
If I go home tonight, I will go home knowing that I was loyal to some disloyal bitches.
Number 2, Aquaria is called out by the Vixen. In the 3rd episode of Untucked, the Vixen explains to Aquaria why she'd come for her in the workroom, mentioning that she'd found Aquaria's criticism that part of Vixen's best drag look was borrowed from another contestant to be shady.
When you come for me and I come for you back and you say, oh, you're so negative, I was chilling. You brought it over here, I bring it back, and all of a sudden, I'm a bitch.
Aquaria doubles down on the comment, not appreciating Vixen reacting in the way she did.
The way you brought it to me in front of everybody, well, that's a battle.
Me saying something at the workstation and you going blah, 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 which is a negative comment. I don't hear Eureka talking trash on me.
This causes Dusty Ray Bottoms and Monique to jump in on Vixen's behalf, asking Aquaria what the difference is between her saying something mean and the Vixen doing it.
But what is the difference from Vixen making a snide comment and you making one?
This gets the waterworks going from Aquaria, further incensing Vixen, who accuses Aquaria of unfairly making her look like an angry black woman picking on a white one. While Aquaria tries to dry her tears, Vixen gives some final advice.
You have created a narrative of I am an angry black woman who is scared off the little white girl.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
If every look is suspiciously similar, there's no way that that can be completely genuine.
I was blown away by what he just said. It's just not a star. I was like, that's so much more than was asked for. Do you know what I mean?
I spent more coming into this competition than I did as the down payment on my house.
I spent more in this competition than I did in college.
I feel I got that stamp of approval
you go, girl. Use a sponge, girl. Soak it up.
Number 1, the Vixen versus Eureka OHara. The Vixen made no secret of her low tolerance for Eureka, and fans didn't have to wait long to see the drama reach its climax.
Okay, why are you being negative about it?
Can we please strike the word negative from the record? Because it does something to me that I just cannot.
In the 4th episode of Untucked, Eureka breaks the golden rule of season 10, don't poke the bear.
Please let me finish.
Disappointed at not being in the top that week, Eureka calls Vixen out for being too negative. After a tense exchange, Eureka declares she's leaving to have a cigarette. Suddenly, it all kicks off.
And you act like she didn't do shit. I am not your mother. I do not owe you. I do not owe you.
What the you talking about, bitch?
Vixen is furious at being goaded into a fight, while Eureka thinks Vixen was looking for one anyway. It ends with Vixen screaming this now infamous line.
Go, and baby, no, I'm not going.
It's done.
The fight still remains unresolved, even after being brought up again at the reunion.
Okay, so I came here to thank my fans for the love and support that they gave me, for all the wonderful people who relate to me, understand me, and appreciate me. And now that I've done that, y'all can have a good night.
So what'd you guys think of the list? What is your favorite Untucked moment from season 10? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.